So we got the movie Solo Leveling Reawakening is an anime action adventure movie hybrid releasing in theaters. That's right, in theaters. It's basically a good recap of season 1 and it gives us a glimpse of the first 2 full-length episodes of season 2, which is called Arise from the Shadow. It's based on the popular manhwa, not manga because it's from Korean and not Japan. So still similar titles, just different formats. It's been years since the gates to the demonic world have been opened and humans have appeared with strengths and abilities to combat our new foes. E-rank hunter Jinwoo Song, the lowest of the lows, comes faced with death until he comes a double dungeon that makes him reawakening, hence the title, only him can level up. How far will he go? Is season 2 exciting? What about that recap that we mentioned earlier? Find out as we talk about it. As I stated earlier, it's a good recap of the first 2 episodes, which is season 1. Now, what does that mean for you? It shows you all the major plot points and the full-length sequences of the battles that he portrays in season 1 without watching it in its entirety. Although, to be very honest with you, you should watch season 1 because it is an amazing anime that literally came out this year. That's right, this year in 2024 on Crunchyroll. I saw it for the first time. I was like, this is amazing, and the turnaround time for season 2 to come out, very amazing. This movie hybrid release does not just add the last 2 episodes of the last season and add on the newest episodes of season 2. Yes, I'm looking at you, Demon Slayer, because what Demon Slayer does wrong, this does right in an amazing way. They take mostly the full-length sequences of the battle, such as he has with the serpent, also the people that betrayed him when he fights the snake or spider venomous thing, whatever. Then the B-class hunter, you know, with those inmates and stuff. And of course, at last, he comes to Knight Commander Egoist Blood Red. Going into this movie hybrid release, like walking into the theater before watching it, I wasn't really a fan because I'm like, oh, are they gonna do the same thing they do in other anime movie releases? Hybrid is what I would say, because I knew it wasn't gonna be standalone. I knew based on the realm of movies and Instagram that was gonna be a recap, but I was like, all right, well, how much of a recap is gonna be? Is it literally gonna be the last 2 episodes and then the first 2 episodes with credits? I'm like, no, dude, that would be so boring. They only do 1 credit sequences with the opening, with the cinematic and soundtrack, especially in the beginning. That's all you get, which is great because I'm like, dude, what they did here was way more clever and sophisticated and intriguing what they did, because they literally took the first season, combined it down with the syncs of the sequences with him getting stronger, also showcasing the major plot points and the intriguing moments, such as the dealings that's going on behind the world, and also the moments that he has with his sister, which of course, if you've seen the abridged version online where it's like, so Jenna, how's that boy you were talking about? Because he's trying to get with her stepbrother basically, and had my theater laughing. But to be very honest with you, as soon as I sat down in the theater and I was experiences on the big screen and the sound design accompanied with that was amazing, because I've always watched it on like a 42-inch, no OLED, just LED, right? I'm watching the season, I'm like, this is amazing, and I always had my headphones in. But watching this again, the recap is so well done because it literally felt like they're like, you know what, let's actually make a good recap. So they actually took all the major like plot points and stuck them together, which actually makes sense if you see the movie, because if you never saw season 1 and you're going into this, I think you will be very much caught up in what's going to happen. And watching the sound design, especially the anime, vibrant and pop, especially on the big screen, you really get to see that in its entirety, the artistic style that this is going for, especially Solo Leveling, could be a little bit more darker than a lot of traditional anime that you've seen in theaters. But dude, this is amazing, especially with the amazing voice acting, how he commands his shadow army, especially in the beginning of season 2. Yeah, watching this in the theaters, it just felt like a different experience than just watching it at home, you know, like with earbuds or if you have a home setup. Now we've arrived at season 2, and without spoiling anything for you, Jinwoo Song does a favor to like his teacher and stuff. And there was a companion that was teased in season 1, which is on the road for this one as well. Her name is Hong Song Yi, which I'm probably not pronouncing that name right, so I do apologize. She is best friends with his sister. She is the one that awakened as a hunter, and she's the one who's skipping class. So you'll see her, because she was in the back with the hoodie, like in the first season, so you'll see her more in this. So basically they team up because it's a favor to like some association. They enter a C-class dungeon, right? Just to observe and like to learn how to fight. However, it's like the red, I think it's what they're calling the red arc, because the dungeon itself, you know, the circle, it turns red. So they can't even get out and no one can come in. So basically they team up, right? They enter a C-class dungeon, but little do we know, it's like the red arc gate. So it closes and it's red and no one can come in, no one can come out. Everything in the world is just harder. So they're literally locked from the outside world. So instead of just being a C-class dungeon, everything there is B or above. So it's cold, it's snowing, you know, it's perfect showcase for the cold wintry season that we're about to get here in the States, or basically around the world too. I love the new look of Jinwoo Song. He's like more, I don't want to say darker, chromatic. I love it because it feels more sophisticated in terms of fashion and style, but still can be manageable in terms of fighting. So he's like, his dark hair, he's going down. He's like way more, he's just really so cool. Like, I'm like, dude, he really leveled up in terms of his fashion. I know, I get it was never about the fashion, but see, seeing him portrayed this way, I'm like, this is awesome. So this gives us a new glimpse of the character development of Jinwoo Song. Although I've seen the discourse online, a lot of people have been saying that they may not do justice to his character because he goes through some changes. But if anything to go by, to be very honest with you, it makes him feel more human, him connecting with his other team of bandits, such as the other girls and guys. Because to me, I get it. It's all about him leveling up, being stronger. But he was mostly by himself in the first season. Yeah, he played with other humans, but now, since he had the experience, the fighting, he's stronger now, he's more wiser, he's braver. I feel like him connecting with his other humans, trying to bring them up, just makes him feel more human, and a way that we connect with him, that a way that we couldn't do previously in season 1. So basically, there's bears and there's dark, evil ice elves that he has to command, but you see him use his shadow army to attack this like bears and stuff. So you see him not in terms of fighting for himself, but also fighting with his teammates, being a tag team and also a triple team, which I don't want to spoil anything for you. But also there's an antagonist, right? And a lot of people, unless I'm gonna be honest with you, it's his ice cold dark elf. So he almost has like an assassin build. So I feel a lot of people may have saying that he's like a reskin, but he's really not, because the whole tone is different. He's stronger, he's faster, it's colder, it's wintry. So I understand that argument that a lot of people may have thought he might be a reskin. But I'm like, you know what? The way he commands the Shadow Arc army to use a great effect gives us a new distinct taste of his character development with his special abilities, because I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And this is just the first 2 episodes. So you see Igorist, the Red Blood Red, like going to his command, and they actually fight together. I'm like, wow, that's amazing, you know, and it's cold and it's wintry. So it's cool up to this point, because then of course the first 2 episodes end, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. But if this is anything to go by, I'm very much excited to see where the journey comes next. Doing research for this movie review, hybrid, whatever, I found out who his wife is. Now I'm not gonna tell you who his wife is, but I was doing research to get the information down for you guys, and they're like, his wife is this. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? I'm like, I did not want to know that, but I'm happy that he has a wife, because you guys know me, I love romance. So anything with romance, I'm very excited. Solo Leveling is one of those animes that I actually literally went to Barnes & Noble to look at the manhwa, because I was so, because season 1 ended, and I was like, dude, this summer I need to go, and I was like looking at the pages, but I stopped. I'm like, no, I want to experience it first on the big screen and then watch the manhwa at home. So I'm like, dude, I cannot wait for season 2 drops. When season 2 drops, it'll be online, but I'll do like a recap or review, even though I don't do that because it doesn't come out in theaters, but it did come out in theaters for this one. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a grade A. This is exactly what a hybrid anime movie releasing in theaters should do. A good recap of the season that we just watched, and also a glimpse of the first 2 seasons. Don't add on just the last 2 episodes of the last season. I'm looking at you, Demon Slayer. Even though this is not a standalone movie release, which is what I prefer, to be very honest with you, this is the next level down in terms of hybrid movie releases. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you so much. Maybe consider hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. With that, take care, bye.